Hello, this is our learn how to use this Messenger Animal Oracle deck dowsing chart with the deck itself, Messenger Animals Oracle, so you can best make the most of your reading to get a clear, accurate reading and to move beyond what you may be doing so you get more accurate answers. So I've received a question in from somebody that is about remaining patient and just being in that moment of appreciation and patience and that mindful presence and understanding what they need to know in relation to that. Okay, so if we were to do a card pull around that and we want to have the most accurate forthcoming information that's going to help with that intention, what do we need to know and understand? So for this person, I'm shown that we need to look at the areas of consciousness. Okay, so areas of consciousness is on page 9. Then we go to here. And what area of consciousness is it that we need to look at and understand? And I'm just affirming that intention within my mind. And it's from the source point of consciousness. So the source point is the point of conception of your highest truth and the consciousness in its highest form within the quantum space, essentially. Okay, so before you come here to this planet and encapsulating other existence, the evolution of your soul, the source point is the beginning. Okay, and done. So then what do we need to know and understand? Awareness prompt about the source point of consciousness. Okay, what do we need to understand about the source point of consciousness? And releasing all preconceived thoughts and ideas as we just connect through source. Progressive alignment is what I'm seeing here. Is there anything else we need to know or understand? I've got done. So we go back to the index page. And I'm shown action to take. So progressive alignment, the way I understand that in this situation is that we are being shown the source point of consciousness of this soul and the progressive alignment through evolution that has brought her to this situation in this life to be experiencing and now having these thoughts of, I need to be feeling this way. I need to be experiencing this, okay? So before we do a card pull, we need to recognize the greater aspect of what we're trying to understand. So now we're shown action to take on page 4. And this is a multi-choice, so we just go up here and we are shown chart 1. What do I need to know here? Correct. So this is just the prompts, the action to take. That's what this page is about. Okay, so it's just prompting us to correct something within the source consciousness and that progressive alignment of the evolution of our soul to this point. And then we go back up here. And show me true and correct in divine light and love. Chart 2. Okay, so what do we need to correct? Divine and psychic self. What else do we need to know? Check index. We'll go back up here to check the index. And we're shown page 3. So this page is about the energy needing to be addressed. And we know that it's in the source consciousness and the progressiveness of the soul. So we're correcting back down through. And we come into this chart, which is the contracts or issues that may be influencing. And we're shown unconscious blocks. Okay, is there anything else we need to know here? I'm shown done. So essentially, that initial intention of being more centered, being more mindful, having patience to just exist within the moment, okay, is being influenced from the source point and that evolution of our soul where there's been this disconnect come. It's showing us unconscious blocks here through the divine and psychic self with the life being lived now. So the question is, what is the most efficient way to resolve this? What more information do we potentially need to know and understand to help us move through that? Okay, so we're showing card spreads to explore. That's on page 10, and this may help us recognize exactly what card spread is most beneficial to help us, gain greater understanding, essentially. What do we need to know here? Chart 2. Anything else? Done. So chart 2. It's indicating that the intention for the card I pull to better understand this situation is, what cycle am I experiencing? So the soul, is there anything else I need to know? And we just check up here. It shows done. Okay, so what cycle am I experiencing? This is an indication that the soul is going through a specific cycle of growth, and it could be a challenge cycle, it could be a growth cycle, it could be an awareness. I mean, there are many different cycles that any soul will be moving through. So when you consider that, it helps you to then face those challenges and to work with what you've got to better address the shadow self and bring greater alignment then, mind, body and soul, into all you are and all you do. Is there anything else we need to recognize and understand here? And that shows done. Okay, so then we would go back to the cards, and the intention we're setting for being mindful, for being more patient, for being more fluent in mind, body and soul, is what cycle is my soul in, to be able to achieve this, to be able to better recognize and understand what I'm experiencing. And I'm pulling this, as I said, for another person to help with this reading today. Oh, okay. And I'm also feeling this card may be beneficial. And I feel like there may be one more. So then we end up with this card. Okay. And from these cards then we can go to the book and we can recognize how this is influencing, knowing this is an accurate reading with a deeper understanding on the journey of what the soul is experiencing to be living today. So the Puma is an energy of protection and clarity, and it's an indication that it's okay to live your truth, that it's okay to be within that sense of who you are, to bring the spiritual and the physical sense, that mind, body, soul into alignment, so there is a greater achievement with all you are and all you do within the life direction and the magnetic pull within any part of focus. Okay, just that bringing into unity. And then the beluga is, if we have a look at that, I'm seeing associated with being social and receptive, and this shift in perspective to connect emotionally and intuitively into life and into the collective energy of Gaia and what's being experienced at this time. Okay, it's a getting clear within that intuitive self and trusting that intuitive self and being mindful for what is needed, and then setting the bigger goals. So you're moving into that space of that divine and psychic alignment within those bigger goals of your own truth. And then the blue whale, that kind of gives me tingles really, because it's about rebirth and karmic clearing. So as you walk this path of being protected and finding greater unity and connection into the expansion of the intuitive self, okay, moving out of that skepticism and, oh, I can't trust in me, but rather trusting and flowing with that. I mean, this is water and air, this is emotion and mental clarity, to be then recognizing how this is bringing a rebirth to the soul, where you're no longer living in this illusion which creates difficulties, but you are existing in this rebirth because you're releasing the karma that has created from that source point through evolution the distortion. Okay, you're bringing everything back into alignment through your conscious awareness of knowing that you're protected, that you're safe to make decisions, that you're safe to follow your dreams. Here we got fire, following dreams, purification, to step up and heal into mental and emotional healing and clarity, that intuitive and psychic self of the beluga that is like this little sonar radio, and you're trusting in that. And this is actually bringing the cycle. Remember, it said the cycle of the soul, the rebirth and karmic clearing. So this is a cycle the soul is in of expansion back to its higher truth, back into its intuitive and psychic self that creates greater unity, greater opportunity in all you are and all you do then, because everything is coming back into alignment. It's actually a really beautiful reading, and I appreciate the opportunity to do that. Thank you, and bye for now.